Hey guys, Mike here from Panther Hollow Sporting Optics. If you don't like debating and you don't like other people's point of views, then you need to probably not watch this video. If you're a fan of certain YouTubers and you don't like other YouTubers talking about other YouTubers, then you don't need to watch this video. So, to me, this is for my viewers. I've had some requests to make a video, so I'm going to make another video based on other people's videos that I've seen out there. And the idiocracy, okay? Rex, that's a big word, idiocracy. The idiocracy of what I see in some of these videos blows me away. So, I'm going to do a short little comparison of a few things here. And you guys can decide on your own, make up your own minds. We'll just put it that way. Okay? We're going to get started. There's a bunch of stuff here on the table we're going to go over, including some stock rifles here. Okay, this is a Remington 700. This is a Ruger American. Okay? We're going to go over a few things, and hopefully we'll come to an outcome that's agreeable, and we'll go from there. Stand by. Okay guys, we're going to start here on the end. We can agree that all of these are bipods. And all these bipods, yeah, this is an Atlas, this is an Atlas, this is an F-class bipod, this is another great bipod. I'm not out here to mention any names, okay? So, we've got two Atlas bipods here, and you can tell they look very different. These two bipods look very different. The reason they look so different is because one is good for one thing, and one is good for another, okay? The wider stance offers you better support when you're shooting long range versus one that has more of a narrow stance, kind of compact, more designed for kind of hunting, tactical, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is more of an F-class bipod or Magnum bipod. It's got a wider stance. It's going to allow you to be a little more stable. Kind of like this bipod here with a feet on it. I mean, it's designed, it's set up to set a certain way so it functions a certain way. Okay, this is another F-class bipod. Same way with this guy, an F-class bipod. It's got little skis on it. We got another little tactical Allen bipod. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a Warren bipod. Great bipods. All these bipods do the same thing. They hold your gun in a stable position so you can shoot. But some of these bipods do a better job than others when it comes to stability. Can we all agree on that? This bipod right here and this bipod right here are very similar. These three are very similar, so they go in one group. These two bipods go in another group, okay? Less stable, more stable. Pretty cut and dry, right? We can agree on that. That's pretty visible. All right, so let's get these out of the way, and let's get another example up here. Okay, let's look at these stocks right here. These stocks are all designed for different things in mind. Now, you could use these stocks for all the same things, right? But they all have a different intended purpose. This is an MPA chassis. It's a custom chassis. This is a Remington chassis. This is a Remington chassis. Oh, I'm sorry, stock. You can see these stocks right here, they suck. They really do. You can do some things to them to make them better, but they're never going to be as good as this stock right here. They're simply not going to be as good as this stock right here. Cut and dry. Can we all agree on that? These are less expensive. Actually, this is the least expensive. This is a step up, and this is a real step up. Okay, so we can agree that all these stocks here do the same thing, but one in particular probably does a better job, a way better job than the others. Okay, stand by. All right, guys, in front of us we have 3 different hunting weapons, okay? We have a Ruger American up here. We have a long action. This is a Remington 700, okay? This is another long action Remington 700 sitting right here, okay? This is a custom build Remington 700. This is a factory Remington 700, and this is a factory Ruger Predator. Now, we can all agree that this is probably the least expensive option sitting on the table. We can all agree that this is the second. Okay, in the row, this is probably in between these as far as price goes. This one is higher than this one, and this one's higher than this one. They all do the same thing. Every one of them will put meat on the table. If you take your time, you pull off the right shot, and you do what you're supposed to do, all these guns will do the same job. But this one is going to do it exponentially better than these up here. Why is that? It's got a custom trigger. The action has been trued, and the raceway has been polished. It has a custom carbon fiber barrel on it. It's got a custom stock on it with a integrated piece of aluminum in there that holds that action tight to the stock. This gun is going to have all the capabilities of being more accurate than these guys up here because of the way it's put together. Can we all agree on that? Excuse me. I will take that as an anonymous yes. This is the most expensive one on the table. You get what you pay for. It is going to be the most accurate out of these 3. It will. The trigger's better. Everything is better. Everything's better here than up here. Can these guys get to the potential of this one? Absolutely they can. But not without some custom work. Okay? They can't without some custom work. Stand by.
Okay, I seen that in the video. And guys, you can do that with any scope. This is an Osprey right here. Maybe we should all be buying Ospreys, because this $39 scope right here is some of the best scopes I've ever handled in my life right here. That's absolutely not true. That's not true. And that probably damaged that scope by doing that to this. This is a very cheap scope, okay? I don't care. I don't plan on reselling that scope. It actually boggles my mind. Bovine scatology. Okay, I just got off of a phone call with a guy that had to return a scope, actually an Arken scope, and he was telling me about bovine scatology. Okay, guys, I love my viewers, I really do, but I don't want to mislead them in any way, shape, or form. I also sell scopes. Okay, this is my hobby business. I really don't care if I make much money on it or not. I mean, I make like $34 a month on YouTube. I mean, come on. And I'm sure this video is going to get a lot of hate mail, which I really honestly don't care. I think it's freaking funnier than hell. I believe it's funny that so many people fall into the, oh my gosh, this guy said it's great and I gotta go buy one. Well, I'm gonna tell you, this is an Arken EP5. My turds aren't quite as loose as the one he was doing, okay? But this scope's been used. I really do. I like my Arken EP5s. There's not a better scope for the money on the market, period. But to say that this scope right here is clearer and better, or as good as a tracked, that's an absolute false statement. Absolutely false. It's not even close to this scope. The turrets are better on this scope. Okay? The illumination is better on this scope. As far as the reticle goes, that's a preference. But to me, the reticle in this scope is better, especially the ELR version. Now, John and Tractor are great guys. And I'm sure if they saw a video and they're saying that this one, this Arken EP5, is better than their scope that they're putting out, you think they're going to close up shop and quit selling scopes? No, they're not. They're not, because it's not true, guys. It's not. Let's move on here. This is a Maven scope. You guys heard me talk about this scope for a long time. Weight-wise, the Maven's lighter, okay, quite a bit lighter. If you guys want to look at the numbers, you can look them up. All I'm doing is sharing information about better scopes. This scope here is around $1,800. That's with everything you see on here, flip-up covers, throw lever, everything. And guess what? If you call Maven and you put a credit card number down, they'll send you a scope. You can look at it if you don't like it, as long as you don't mount it. Okay, don't mount it. As long as you don't mount it, you can look at it. If you don't like it, you can send it back. Okay? I don't see anybody else doing that. Sending you a scope, letting you look at it, and if you don't like it, send it back. Me personally, I want to look through a scope before I buy it. I didn't do that with a Tract. I didn't do that with some of my other scopes, but after I found Maven, I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool they'll do that. I absolutely love this scope. Excuse me, it's the MOA version. It's the MOA 2. Absolutely love the scope. Don't have enough good words to say about it. The illumination is not quite on par with some of the other scopes. Other than that, absolutely love the weight of it. I love the way it's built. I like the turrets. I like everything about it. You can get in custom colors. You can get it engraved. I mean, it's a total custom deal right there at Maven on a scope. Now then, this is a Gen 2 Razor, my first long-range scope. Arguably some of the best turrets on the market. They're lockable. Okay, they got a little finger here that pops in and out. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold here. Got a little finger that pops in and out after you reach a certain, after you go past the first rotation. And the second rotation, the little finger pops out further. If you guys don't know what that is, you can look it up. Again, I'm not here to go over all these scopes individually, and I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of hate mail saying, well, show us the difference. If anybody would love to pay me to do a video to show you the difference, I'm telling you, if you can't take my word, then don't watch my videos. Because as you can probably tell, I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I'm not here saying any BS, bovine scatology. I'm not doing that, okay? I'm telling you straight up that this scope right here is a great scope. It's on par with some of these, glass-wise. It has better turrets, in my opinion, than these other twos. I like the idea of these turrets a little better. That's my personal preference. Somebody else might like something better, but for me, I like these lockable turrets. I like the design. And I like the little finger that sticks out and tells you what rotation you're on. That's what I like. This is a first generation Arken. Okay, this is a SH4 Gen 1. This is a 4 to 14. Okay, I have broke Arken rings before. Okay, these rings are broke. I had it on a high recoiling weapon, and I broke the rings on it. So. Again, you get what you pay for. That's why I run a lot of my rings are armor rings from Athlon. I run Athlon rings on a lot of my stuff. They're really, really good rings. They're armor. They're $100 a piece, $100 a set. I'm sorry. And I like them. Never had any of them fail. Okay. Back to the EP5. This is, again, I'm going to tell you guys, a great scope for the money. It's not a Night Force competition. It's a good scope for its price range, no question. It's probably, you probably can't touch this scope, any scope that has this many options. I'm going to say $750 or so and under. Now, I'm saying that yeah, $750 it would be a good buy, because the only next closest thing I know to it that I would recommend over this would be the Athlon Midas Tack. The Athlon Midas Tack has better glass. It doesn't have quite as good of turrets, but it does have better glass in it than this scope right here. I've had it on a 22. I have both of them on 22s. The Athlon Midas Tack, in my opinion, has better glass. All you hear about is How'd you test it? How'd you do this? I don't have a piece of testing equipment to test the glass. I'm telling you what I see. And when you take video through a scope, what the determining factor is the camera that you're using making the video. Because you can take the same camera, look through 5 different scopes, and they all look pretty similar. But it's because of the camera that you're using. And nobody understands that. Nobody gets it. Okay? It's pretty easy to see. Sometimes the best piece of recording equipment that I've found thus far is a side shot camera. I have one of those, and I don't use it a lot because it still leaves a little to be desired. I can show you the reticle, this, that, and the other, but it still leaves a little bit desired. But that is the best piece of equipment that I have found to record through the scope while I'm using it. I have plenty of videos to show that. Now back behind me here, I have my competition gun. And on top of it is a March FX Highmaster. That's a $3,600 scope. Is it better than these scopes sitting right here? Abso-freaking-lutely it is. It is, or I wouldn't be using it. If you were to listen to some of these guys on YouTube, everybody should be running one of these in F-Class and PRS and PRS 22. Everybody should be running one of these. Okay? That's great for the beginner because you're going to learn from this scope and you're going to grow from it. But from an experienced guy like me, okay, like some of these other guys that claim they have experience, they're going to try to point you in a different direction. So you get an optical advantage over your competitor by having a better scope. Okay? That's it, plain and simple, guys. That's why these guys are out here running all these higher end scopes, is because they're trying to gain that optical advantage. Okay? Especially in a match where your spotter cannot call your shot for you. You have to see your own shot. And there are matches like that. I have been to matches like that, okay? Now let's back up a little bit here. Say we're building a beat-around gun, and it's going to be a truck gun, or it's your first time that you're building a long-range gun. You're just wanting to tickle your toes in the water and see if you would like it or not. Guys, I'm telling you, there's not a better place to start than right here. Arken EP5 is a great place to start. As a matter of fact, after you watch this video, go watch Rex's video because obviously he needs you to use his code so he can sell some scopes for himself. I have a code too. I'm not going to give you my code. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to make a buck off somebody that thinks they're going to be stepping into a Vortex Gen 2 or a Tract or a Maven by buying one of these scopes. And I'll tell you what, I'll quit making dumbass videos like this if you guys will quit making dumbass videos like what I'm saying. And again, it goes back to idiocracy, bovine scatology. I mean, it really does. I do not get it. I mean, I can sit here and go on and on and on and on. And dudes, women, guys, children, if you're watching, I apologize for cussing. I try not to cuss. But my gosh. Have you ever had somebody cut you off driving down the highway? And that feeling you get when somebody cuts you off? That's how I feel when I see these videos because it is absolutely blatant BS. I've had a conversation with Rex on the phone. He called me after the last video. I was in a hotel room. I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't get it. I mean, I thought that we understood each other. And again, guys, I'm not the YouTube police. I'm not the YouTube hall monitor. I may come off that way. But I have guys that come to my shop and buy these things, and I get constant emails. The next segment of this broadcast is brought to you by Pure Leaf Sweet Tea. Never leave home without it. Oh my goodness. I had to give me a tea here to take a cough break. Got a little cold because I've actually been out hunting using my guns. A gun that I built to take deer with that I showed on video that I actually done that. and guns that I use to compete with that actually win stuff, that I built, that I reload for, that I'm winning with. Does that make me some special guy? No, it doesn't. It only makes me a guy that likes my hobby. I like my hobby. And I like to share the truth about things, okay? That's it. It's that simple. I don't want anybody taken advantage of. And I don't want to take advantage of anybody. This is going to come off as a rant, and that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And, excuse me, if it comes off that way, I apologize. I apologize that there are people out there that try to take advantage of other people by distorting the truth. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm saying. Guys, I know this is going to be a controversial video, and part of me doesn't want to even release this because I know of all of the crap that I got from my last video that's like this. I would say it's about 50-50. 50% of the people liked that I put a video out like this. And the other 50%, actually there was a couple guys that said, thanks for mashing my dreams. Thanks for being a dream crusher. What the hell? You think you're going to buy a $500 scope that is as good as a $2,000 scope? Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I sound like the president. I don't even sound what I'm saying. I'm sure that's going to get some hate mail too. Maybe, I don't know, because I think he's lost enough popularity that may not get any response from anybody that watches. I guess people like that. I guess people like that wouldn't be watching YouTube videos about guns, I guess, huh? Oh gosh, anyways. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave your response below, man. I'm going to attach this video to Rex's video just like I did last time, and there's another dumbass out there that I'm going to attach this video to his too, that he done some year study on it. And anyways, we'll see you in the next video.